boy, oh boy, do we have some pretty massive Marvel movie news. So for those of you that missed it a little bit earlier today, Marvel actually announced they are delaying several of the films in Phase 5, some of which have been moved years into the future. Now, this all started a couple weeks ago when it came out that the Blade movie was going through some script rewrites and Mahershala Ali was not really happy with where the project was. Turns out Marvel is fully scrapping all of the work that's already been done on Blade. They're going to basically start from scratch. So because of that, instead of coming out next year, Blade has now been pushed into 2024, along with a few other projects that are also being delayed. So the movies that were most affected by these delays were Blade, Deadpool 3, Fantastic Four, and Avengers Secret Wars. Blade is being pushed from next year to September 2024. Deadpool 3, luckily not seeing too much of a delay, from September to November of 2024. Fantastic Four, a movie I've been really excited about, is unfortunately being delayed a few months into 2025 from November into February of the following year. And Avengers Secret Wars saw one of the biggest delays, going from November 2025 all the way pushed into May 2026. So this is a bit of a bummer for a few reasons. One of them is that Blade, Fantastic Four are two movies that we have not seen in the MCU yet. So this was a great opportunity to sort of get just something a little bit different. Not that I don't love getting 4 movies for Thor, but it's going to be nice to see some different characters introduced into the MCU. Deadpool 3 I was worried about. Thank goodness that this movie was only delayed a couple months, so it's still on track. Hopefully, if they're able to sort out the Blade stuff, the Deadpool 3 delay remains where it is at only a couple of months, because I really do not want to see that movie pushed any farther back. I want that movie to come out now. Avengers Secret War is a bit of a bummer because, for those of you that do not know, in the comic books, that is the first introduction of Black Suit Spider-Man. So, assuming that Marvel wanted to kind of stick with that, there's a very good chance that that was going to be how they introduced Black Suit Tom Holland. It's kind of a bummer. That movie is now being pushed basically 7 months into the following year, and yeah, that just kind of sucks. However, I do think all of this is a really good idea. After hearing about what Blade was going through, I was really worried that they were just going to scrap that movie in general. To be honest, I'm still a little bit worried, but it's a huge vote of confidence from Kevin Feige that they are just delaying the film, that they want to get it right, that they want to do right by this character. That's really exciting to see, because I think, like a lot of people, we've been highly anticipating Blade's debut in the MCU, and if they're gonna do it, want to make sure that they get it right. I'm appreciative that they are pushing that movie back to make sure that they do the character justice. So lastly, what's unclear is how this is going to affect next year's Phase 5 releases. As it stands, the only MCU films that were going to come out next year were Ant-Man 3, Guardians 3, The Marvels, and Blade. Now that Blade has been taken off of that calendar, there are no MCU films scheduled after The Marvels, which comes out in July. Very strange for Marvel, who typically like to have at least one holiday release. Maybe it's November, maybe it's December. We're seeing it this year with Black Panther 2, and so without a movie there, I'm not really sure what they're going to do. I really don't know. Captain America 4 was also scheduled for 2024, so maybe that gets pushed into 2023 and they start to move things around. I don't know. There's also a chance, since they do have some MCU TV shows coming out late next year, that they could just kind of ride it into the following year and get everything back on track with 2024 releases. This has certainly thrown a little bit of a wrench into things. Thankfully, Blade is still going forward. Hopefully that movie turns out well. And if we get any other updates on what's going on with the MCU schedule, be sure to keep you guys posted. Thanks for watching.